It was said that there was a garden that only came alive at night. Those that claimed to have seen it called it the Midnight Garden, and said that it was a fascinating place that held many secrets. People that claimed to visit it more than once said it was never the same garden twice. Other people said it was a made-up story, that they had walked the woods many a night and never found a magical garden. It was said that as the sun went down and the stars came out, the Midnight Garden would slowly awaken. Its flowers would unfurl their petals, its vines would stretch and twist, and its trees would sway in the breeze, even on a breezeless night. The garden was illuminated by the soft glow of fireflies, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. I was told that if I walked through the woods at night, the garden would look into my heart and I might be allowed to enter. When I was old enough to dare to consider walking in the woods alone at night, I was hesitant, but the tales of the mystery and beauty of the garden drew me into the dark woods. When I finally found myself brave enough to take that walk through the woods, I thought it would be scarier. But as I walked through the winding forest path, I got a feeling like I was in a dream. Something startled me for a moment and made my heart skip a beat, because as I walked, I realized suddenly I wasn't in the forest anymore. I was in a garden. The trees and bushes weren't growing wild anymore like in a forest. What I was seeing was groomed and manicured. I stopped fast and hid behind a hedge when I saw something or someone. Is that another person? I crept closer. No, I let out my breath. It was a statue of a woman. As I got closer, I saw that she had a stern expression on her face. It was hard to take my eyes off the statue. It gave me an eerie feeling like the statue woman was watching me. Suddenly, I truly was startled when I heard rustling in the bushes. I turned around and put my back against the statue when I saw a figure approaching. It was a man whose face was obscured by the shadows. I took a step back, but the man stopped and held out a hand. "Hello," the man said in a soft, kind voice. "I am the guardian of this place. I suppose you could consider me the gardener, knowing the tales told of this place." I hesitated for a moment. He led me to a clearing in the garden where he sat me down on a bench. "I come here often to keep watch over the garden. It's a place of great power, and it must be protected." I was intrigued. I had never heard of a garden having power before. "What kind of power?" I asked. "The garden has the power to soothe troubled minds and to bring peace to those who need it." I felt a sudden wave of calm wash over me. I looked around at the blooming flowers and the twinkling fireflies, and it felt like I was truly in a magical world. As the night wore on, he pointed at the stars, giving them names I had never heard before. Finally, as the first light of dawn began to peek over the horizon, he said, "It's time for me to go, but I hope you will come back to the garden. It is a special place." I nodded, feeling a sense of gratitude and wonder. As I made my way back to town, and the garden transformed back into the forest, I felt so light. I felt like I was walking on air. I knew that I would return to the Midnight Garden.